Have you ever noticed how a single moment so small you almost miss it can quietly decide the direction of your entire day? One sentence, one expression, one careless tone, and suddenly your chest tightens. Your thoughts race, and it feels like someone else has taken the steering wheel of your emotions. Scientists say the human brain reacts to emotional threats in milliseconds, faster than logical thinking can catch up. That is why a tiny incident can echo in your mind for hours. But here is the truth most people never realize. It is not the moment that controls you, it is your reaction to it. The person who masters their reaction masters their life. The one who remains calm within creates strength no chaos can shake. Today's story is about that quiet power. It is about learning how to walk through noise without carrying it, how to stay steady when the world pulls at you, and how peace is not found outside, but built inside. Stay with me until the end, because I will share a simple nightly habit, gentle, practical, and powerful, that can help you let go of emotional weight you may not even know you are carrying. Now, let us begin. In a peaceful valley, surrounded by rolling green hills and slow-moving clouds, there lived a young man named Elias. He was known in the village as hard-working and capable. Someone who could lift heavy loads and work from sunrise to sunset. Yet inside, Elias carried a restlessness he could not explain. He was not weak in body, but he was exhausted in spirit. Every small conflict felt enormous to him. If someone spoke sharply, he answered even more sharply. If someone ignored him, he replayed the moment all night. Someone insulted him, the words followed him for days like an unwanted shadow. People believed Elias had an anger problem. But anger was only the surface. Beneath it, he was simply tired of feeling hurt. Tired of reacting, tired of a heaviness he could neither see nor name. Without realizing it, Elias had created a habit. Each painful moment became, in his imagination, a stone. Whenever someone wronged him, he would picture himself picking up that stone and placing it into an invisible sack slung across his back. At first, the sack felt light. One stone meant nothing. But days turned into months, and months into years. Psychology teaches that the brain strengthens whatever we repeat, and Elias had unknowingly trained himself to collect burdens. The sack grew heavier, his shoulders slowly bent forward. His steps lost their energy. He stopped noticing the beauty of the valley, the golden light in the mornings, the laughter of children near the river, the smell of rain in the soil. Even on bright days, his world seemed grey. One winter morning, after waking with the same dull weight pressing against his chest, Elias made a decision. "I need space," he murmured to himself. "I need to breathe somewhere, my thoughts cannot follow." So he set out toward the mountain trail that rose behind the village. A path rarely traveled except by shepherds and wandering traders. The air was cold and clear, the sky stretched pale and endless above him, and frost clung to the edges of the grass. Yet with every step upward, the sack on his back seemed to grow heavier, as if the mountain itself were asking him why he carried so much. After a long climb, Elias noticed an older traveler approaching from the opposite direction. The man was slender, dressed simply, carrying only a small cloth bundle tied to a wooden staff. His face held deep lines, not of worry, but of years spent smiling. He walked slowly, yet there was a lightness in his movement that Elias found impossible to ignore. The stranger hummed softly, as though the journey itself were music. When they met, the old traveler greeted him with a warm nod. "You look as though you have been walking for many miles," he said gently. "But it is not the road that is tiring you." Elias let out a weary breath. "It is not the road," he admitted. "It is what I carry." The traveler glanced at the large sack. "May I ask what is inside?" "Stones," Elias replied. "Stones?" The old man's eyebrows lifted with curiosity rather than judgment. Elias opened the sack just enough to reveal them stones of all sizes. Rough memories turned into imagined weight. Each one is a word, a moment, an insult, a disappointment. "I cannot throw them away. They feel like they belong to me." The traveler studied him with calm understanding. "And the people who gave you these stones? Do they walk with you still?" Elias paused. "No." "Do they carry the same weight?" He shook his head slowly. The traveler bent down, picked up 2 ordinary stones from the path, and placed one back on the ground while handing the other to Elias. "Look closely," he said. "This stone on the earth is like the action that hurt you. It happened, and then it stayed where it fell. But the stone in your hand, that is your reaction. The moment you chose to hold it, it became your burden, not theirs." The words settled into Elias like distant thunder, quiet yet impossible to ignore. For the first time, he realized something astonishing. The world had not been piling stones onto him. He had been gathering them himself. "How do I stop?" Elias asked, his voice barely above a whisper. The old traveler smiled kindly. "You do not stop the world from dropping stones. You simply stop picking them up." Slowly, with uncertain hands, Elias opened his sack. One by one, he removed the stones. Some he set gently beside the trail. Others he let roll down into the valley below. With every stone released, he felt something shift inside him. His breathing deepened. His shoulders straightened, and the tightness in his chest loosened. The mountain air seemed fresher, the silence more welcoming. For the first time in years, he looked up and truly saw the sky. Days passed, then weeks. Elias returned to the village, but he was not the same man who had left. Each time someone spoke harshly, he paused instead of reacting. Studies show even a single deep breath can calm the nervous system, and Elias began to use that pause as his shield. When insulted, he would silently ask himself, "Is this worth carrying?" Most of the time, the answer was no. The stones remained where they fell. Gradually, life changed color again. He noticed details he had long ignored: the sparkle of water over rocks, the warmth of shared meals, the comfort of quiet evenings. Without the heavy sack, his energy returned. Without constant reaction, his mind became clear. The traveler's lesson echoed in him daily. Your reaction is the only weight that is truly yours. Now, my friend, here is the simple practice I promised you. Tonight, before you sleep, sit quietly for just 1 minute. Place your hand over your heart and recall one moment from today that still feels heavy. Do not analyze it. Just see it as a stone resting in your palm. Then say softly, "I do not need to carry this." Take a slow breath and imagine placing that stone on the ground beside you. Leave it there. Let it belong to the past, not to your future. Repeat this each night, and over time you may notice something remarkable. Your mind becomes lighter, your reactions slower, your peace stronger. Remember, we cannot control what others say or do, but we can always choose what we carry forward. One calm response can protect an entire day. One released burden can change the direction of a life. Peace is not something given to you by the world. It begins the moment you decide not to pick up what was never yours. If this story resonated with you, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who might need a little lightness today, and subscribe for more stories that bring clarity, strength, and calm into everyday life. Until next time, walk gently, breathe deeply, And never forget, your reaction is your true power.